Hey, Lee. What's up, brother? How you doing? I hope you're doing well, man. I wanted to say, first, thank you for teaching me about your condition. I've never heard of that before, and that was interesting to learn about. I'm sorry that it affects you the way it does. Second, thank you for an interesting prompt for a Cameo video. No one's ever asked me to make a 10-minute video before, and I thought it was an interesting challenge. So, cheers, mate. That was awesome. So here's the deal on this video. What we're gonna do is, you said take me on your morning jog, and I'm actually gonna take you up on that because I was gonna run you through my workout routine, but we're in the process of moving at the moment. So I lost my gym. I had a gym that I built out behind our backyard, or behind our garage in our backyard, more specifically. And I loved that gym. It was my home base. And I just had to say goodbye to it last week. And we are technically homeless. That's a kind of a dramatic word, but it's actually accurate. We're not just destitute, but we are homeless for the next week and a half until August 1st when our new lease starts. So we are staying with my in-laws at the moment. Very gracious to take us in. And we've been kind of bumming it. I'm living, all my stuff's packed up in suitcases to take to our new home. So I'm living out of a big, like, Walmart plastic bin with, like, all my toiletries and clothes and stuff in it. So, just living the life of glamour, as everyone expects from an actor. It's kind of funny. But it's been this weird process. We're moving far. I can't tell you where we're going yet. We haven't publicly said yet, but we're going farther than we can drive. So everything we take has to be on an airplane or shipped at an exorbitant rate, which is not going to happen. So, here's the good thing about this 10-minute video is I set an expectation. We're going to go on a morning jog, and now I got to stick with it. You're going to keep me accountable, Lee. You didn't know that. You're the angel on my shoulder this morning. You're keeping me accountable for this run. So, all that to say, we've been displaced. Here, maybe I'll show you out for a moment so you can see. We're in Walnut Creek, California. Overcast summer morning in the Bay. Not sure where you're from, but if you're familiar with the Bay Area, it's kind of weird. It's San Francisco is notably cold in the summer. It's a very strange geographic feature. To be honest, I'm not sure exactly why. But it's a nice little place. We're in LA, or we were in LA. Nice little jogging path. Take you down. And LA's lovely. And I love LA. But kind of had an opportunity fall into our lap to try something new. Move to a new place, at least for a little while. And so we are grabbing life by the horns, so to speak. And we thought, you know what? We got this opportunity fall in our laps that most people don't get the opportunity to do. We could walk away from it and keep going the status quo, the way things have been going. Or, Lee, we can roll the dice. Let me tell you, I think the best things in my life have always come from rolling the dice. I've been real lucky in life, but I've noticed I get luckier when I push the boundaries. You know what I mean? It's like, what's that old saying? It's like, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? So I feel like the more I'm out there doing things, trying new things, the luckier I get, so to speak. So, gotta keep this pace up here. This is where my wife went to elementary school, I think. We pass by it all the time. Bancroft Elementary School. And my wife's grandma, Granny, I should call her, was Ruth Bancroft. So this whole area is actually named after my wife's family, which I find kind of amusing. Like little local royalty without the fame of the riches or any of the benefits. They're good people. But they used to own a lot of land in this town. Sold it off over generations, so I think my wife took you on a trip of the garden, which is a lovely place. But I don't know if I'm out of breath now. I don't know if you're familiar with what's going on in LA these days, but it's become increasingly difficult to be an actor there, which sounds counterintuitive because it should be the best place to be an actor. But a lot of productions have been leaving. There's too many film productions, too many TV productions, too many tax incentives elsewhere. So a lot of the work's leaving. The whole town was on fire in January. The military got deployed there a few months ago. Personally, I don't agree with that, but it is what it is. And this is a little bit of a chaotic place, especially when there's no work. And so, like I said, we had this very rare opportunity to try something new. And I thought, we'll probably announce where we're moving shortly. I thought we were going to get pushback on it. I thought our industry colleagues, my manager, my mom, my family, friends, I thought they were going to give me a little resistance. And across the board, people have said, oh, you should go do that. If that's an opportunity you have, you should do it. Which has only strengthened my resolve, my friend. Because, like when you make a decision, kind of like, then you start to look for the term validation. Start to read the echoes a little bit. Like, oh, is that decision resonating with people? Is it a good decision? Is it bad? How are people reacting to it? It's met with universal support. So, it felt like, I'm not a very mystical person, personally. I don't believe in a lot of that, but I think it's interesting. But it felt like kind of energetically everything moved out of our way to do it. And, if something becomes that easy, it feels like it's meant to be. So we're going to give it a try. We're renting our house out, so we're not selling. We can come back. But it could be a little adventure for our family and us. Ooh, my fun headband just came off. Hair's going to start getting funny. He's faster than me. Whew. Anyway, it's a lovely area, huh? Nice little jogging path here. Anyway, like I said, dude, this is kind of a fun prompt. I think it's gonna cut me off soon, so I'm actually this is my time to stop jogging for a minute here. My cool headband back on. I gotta make sure I look cool. There. Do I look cool again? I'd be curious. What else? What other people did for these prompts? I know my wife took you around the garden, but I'm curious what else you got. You said you got some cool ones. Anyway, mate. Whew. It is surprisingly hard to hold a phone while you jog. And I learned that today, Lee. So thank you. I learned several things today. But this was fun. It was a good exercise, figuratively and literally. Sorry, it took me almost a full week to get it back in. I meant to get it in much sooner, and then just day after day of packing and moving and reorganizing and reshifting and all the other verbs. I think life got away from me. So I'm glad I finally got the time to be able to do it, because it was fun, and thank you. It's always lovely to hear from you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Give you one. Nice, huh? Oh, and I don't mean to be, by the way, doom and gloom about LA or the film industry. It'll bounce back. It's all cyclical. It just, we went through a period of rapid growth and expansion with all the streaming apps and services and everything. And at a point, I think they got a little bit too big, and everything started to collapse on itself a little bit, and it'll expand again. You know, it always does. People always need entertainment, and I will always be here to provide it as long as I'm around. Hopefully. But I am optimistic, despite my mid-jog grumblings. I am optimistic about things. I think things are going to bounce back. I think things are going to get busy again. I think LA is in a little bit of a slump at the moment, but it'll bounce back as well. I'm not sure where you're from, if you've ever been, but it's a beautiful city with beautiful people. And just going through a bit of a hard time at the moment. And I'm hoping we figure it all out. Hoping you're well, mate. Whatever career you're in. Hoping it's not experiencing a period of contraction like mine is, or a lot of careers that I hear about at the moment, especially creative ones. Yeah, I'm gonna go finish my jog. It's been lovely chatting with you. I hope you're well. Hope the video finds you well. Hope to hear from you soon, dude. Cheers, Lee. Take care.